Welcome to another special TV episode of 3.5 Gentlemen, the podcast, where 3 of the 4 hosts provide a refined and intellectual analysis of movies and TV shows from our private collections, while one of us tries desperately to keep up. We'll let you decide which host is which, but for now, my name is Sean, and with me, as always, are my fellow Eagle Scouts. Wait, is it 3? Is it 3 or 2?
Yeah. I was never a Boy Scout. I never got a chance to be a Boy Scout.
I apologize. Jeremiah?
Yo, it takes more than chemical to bring me to tears, yo. What's up?
Eddie?
I have FOBI, the fear of being included.
Nice.
And Brandon?
Funerals are a hobby.
That sounds like a Brandon thing. That's not even a quote. That's Brandon.
I just sit there. Watch the rain fall.
So throughout season 6, we've been talking about different TV shows, including this one, our current show, Wednesday, season 2, on Netflix.
As with every review we give, our goal is to answer one simple question. How many drinks does it take to get through this film? Or in this case, the show that we just watched. Now, at the end of the podcast, we'll rate each episode based on a scale of 0 to 5, with 0 being a perfect episode that you can watch stone cold sober, and 5 being sort of the episode that makes you feel like being stung by a dozen of bees while trapped in a cloud of tear gas. Fuck. They did Anthony Michael Hall pretty hard in this one, by the way.
They did Anthony Michael Hall. He's become this farce of himself, which I think is both funny and nice, but also he was in Batman. He was a serious actor in Batman. I don't know why
he was a serious actor in Edward Scissorhand. What the fuck, dude?
No, I was picking something within the last 20 years. But, it's okay. Sorry, we got it. We're good.
He was a serious actor in Halloween Kills, but he got killed by Michael Myers. I'm sorry.
On Netflix, a hit show on Netflix called Wednesday. Like, why is he a bitch?
True.
You know what? That's kind of true.
All right. With that, what episode do we have enjoying? Which episode are we enjoying this evening, Brandon?
Great quote.
There we go.
Wednesday follows the eponymous Addams Family daughter and her time at Nevermore Academy for outcasts while navigating the perils of joy and happiness and color and everything good. In episode 3, called Call of the Woe, we see what happens when the Nevermore outcasts venture out into the woods for a sleepaway camp, only to come face to face with Eagle Scouts who have accidentally been double booked for the campground. However, this is all made worse when Pugsley smuggles Slurp into the camp and he escapes. Now, as of this recording, this episode has received a score of 7.9 on IMDb and has an average critic score of 82% and an audience score of 79% on Rotten Tomatoes for the season, which has fallen since the first 4 episodes have been released, or at least over the time since they were released.
Which is a little surprising to me, because I find that these 4 episodes have been, for me,
fun,
much more enjoyable than the first season, and much more cohesive. Now, okay, so I want to talk about a couple things before we get into this episode. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I'm hoping for something that isn't happening, but to me it's happening. And it is this balance between ultra comedy, physical comedy, great lines from dark characters, and also it's set up against a backdrop where people are just taking it for granted. And I think that is the key to this show, is that everyone is not grossed out or shocked by the behavior. Mm-hmm. Everyone seems to just kind of expect, of course there's a state asylum.
Every
of course,
Tuesday.
It's
Outcasts
of course there's a hand walking around, So,
yeah.
And I think that's an interesting change between something that has been, I think, plagued the Addams Family in the past, which is this like shock and awe of the disgustingness of their family, which gets old really quick. Mm-hmm. I think this is much more interesting. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right. And one thing that I want to just say, and I'm going to spoil a little bit for me. This season is absolutely hands down fantastic. And I'm not just judging it against season 1. I'm talking about just this show, this episode, or this season is just hands and feet and neck and amputated hand above, I think, so much of what's out there. And one of the things that we kept talking about over the first 2 episodes that we recorded is kind of looking at why is this season succeeding more in our eyes. And we kind of decided that it's because they figured out their tone. They figured out kind of how they want to be labeling it. This is no longer a kids show. This is not a show that I watch with my kids, which I did with season 1. We watched all of those episodes, and I never felt like, ooh, I'm a bad dad for showing them this. I am not watching this show with my kids, and I think it's good because
the first episode with my kids.
They found that this is not a kids show. This is an adult show, but it can play on nostalgia, and I think that's exactly what it's doing. But the other thing that makes this work, and this is what I'm just so excited about, is that they have said, we can populate this world, Sean, like you were talking about. We can populate this world with so many different characters and so many different actors, and not worry that people are going to be sad that Wednesday is not on screen for every single shot. And we're not losing our interest as an audience. That says a lot about, number one, the writing, and also a lot about the production of it, and saying, you know what? We've created something. We've captured this lightning in a bottle, and we're not going to try to overdo it by just throwing more Jenna Ortega at us, right? And I think that's what is making this season so much more enjoyable, is that we've fleshed out characters and a fleshed out storyline that revolves beyond just Wednesday.
I'm going to add to what you're saying, Brandon, because I agree 100%, even with you, Sean. I think this episode is what makes everything about this show a real treat. Mm-hmm. In this episode, you have camping, scary woods, battle royale vibes, scout troopers being eaten up, and I must say a fantastic dual showdown between the mother and the daughter here. I'm just saying, like, it's a fun ride being a part of this series, and this episode, it just kind of just represents everything that you love about this show. I'm in a safe zone here that I know that I feel pretty fucking good as an episode 3 here. That's the vibe I got here. Eddie, what do you think?
Yeah, so I got, like, it was a somewhat like of a nice callback to Family Addams movie 2 when they go to camp what was that camp?
I don't know. Addams Family's Values, right?
Yep, Family Values.
It was
Chaniwa or something like that. Somebody's gonna look it up. Whoever probably has followed that movie, this was like really what should have happened. As in, like, if this is like Nevermore, the whole camp going there, and this is like what we wanted to see as adults. Like, this is a cool little camp, and to see a little rival, they double put the camp. Yeah. So that's where you get Michael Hall, right? Michael C. Hall, and it was just became like
Anthony Michael Hall.
Anthony
Michael C. Hall, someone else. Anthony Michael Hall, yes, that's a different guy. So
Michael C. Hall's Dexter, who also would fit in very nicely in this show.
Yes,
like a professor.
Right? Oh my God, I actually made something there. But it was nice to see this. Like Brandon was saying, it brought it to like we're not, or even Sean was saying, it's not like like gruesome. It's just like, let's move on. Let's have a battle. Let's see who's really the tough guy on the street a little bit. And they're not afraid of the Nevermore, it seems like, which is interesting in my eyes. At Jericho, yeah.
I think that's you hit the nail on the head there. They're not afraid, and if you're not afraid, it doesn't mean you're accepting, but you're not spending all your time wringing your hands, going, "Oh my God, what are they doing?" You're more like, "Okay, they exist. We're engaging with them. How can we beat them?" Like, it's
and we hate them,
right? Okay, so I want to go over a couple of things before we really get going. And this is pertinent to this episode specifically and the storylines that we have kind of established. The first storyline of this show that I think finally is emerging as a very quality storyline is who Ophelia is. Yes, she has powers like Wednesday. Where is she? Who is she?
Yeah.
And what's going on with that storyline? It seems like from the first couple of minutes of this episode, you get a great relationship conversation between Morticia and Wednesday. And Morticia is basically blaming her mother or grandmama on whatever's happened to Ophelia. The second storyline that I want to talk about is the Slurp storyline, which I threw away in the first and maybe the half of the second episode going, you know what? This is crap. Like, why do we have a wandering zombie going around? And I didn't quite get it. And I think that this episode did some major work on that storyline in a couple of ways. And I really became very interested. The third storyline is the raising of money. And the kind of the siren, the principal, Morticia, and Grandmama trying to save the school. And my question to you is, at a school that houses... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So
go.
Four would also be, who is this avian? Who's controlling the birds? What is this? Murder plot going on? So
Yes.
So we got 4 really going. But go for in this school.
No, that's perfect. But in my question to you with that storyline when we get there is, in a school that is full of vampires and werewolves and people like Wednesday, the occult, the whatever you want to call it, what do they call it? They're gifted, but they're not gifted, whatever they're called.
The outcasts.
The outcasts. Having an incident where people die, I would think would be commonplace, and yet it seems to be threatening the school. And so who is it threatening the school from?
Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I believe that that Nevermore rests in the same universe as Hogwarts, where you have these deaths that happen, and everybody's just like, we have Death Eaters just attacking students and left, right, and then we got the one we don't speak of, and he's killing people. But I had this thought, and of course I'm overthinking it. I shouldn't overthink it, but I'm sitting there going, so Pugsley literally smuggles in a zombie, and because of him smuggling a zombie, we have a human that just got his brains just completely just demolished, right?
In front of his troops,
up.
practically.
Right in front. Yeah, we've ruined at least 9 more people's lives, and Pugsley's not even slap on the hand. It's just like, it happened. Here's Gomez giving him a hug and being like, oh, well, we don't like him. But no, I think that if we're looking at it from the sense of maybe how many more outcasts are there in the world? Are the outcasts a diminishing lot? And is it a thing of they're hiding their abilities? Maybe that's something that's going on. And so we don't have outcasts being sent to the school because more people are afraid to kind of out themselves as outcasts. Now that's going like way down a social ladder.
It's very X-Men-ish.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying. That sounds pretty awesome. And that would be really cool. Like, set up Brandon moving forward.
Season
like,
3.
If this is going to have the end the season and go to season 3. But, on top of that, what if there is a different type of Nevermore academies throughout the world or something like that? What if there's big fucking there is.
We had that in season 1, right?
Like,
they had
like
the
Hogwarts,
races.
There's
yeah. But the thing is, if you have all these academies, who is running the academy? Who's that one person? That one ultimate person that might be the shadow figure of all the academies and trying to control everyone's power, something like that. Sure. That could be something like that too in the end. Yeah, exactly.
I like the idea.
Okay, so let's get into the affiliate storyline a little bit because I want to talk about.
Is that the ant? Technically, we find out.
There's 3 or 4 scenes in this episode in particular that I think really contributed to that storyline, one of which culminated in, I would argue, one of the greatest sword fights since Zorro. And it just so happens that
happens to be Zorro.
It brought that to my mind. I feel like they had Spanish guitar in the background. I feel like when she slit her slip at the end, I think this show pays homage to history so well. But more importantly, I think this storyline is super interesting. So let's get into a little bit and see what you guys think or what was revealed in this episode.
Well, you guys, and Sean, I'm going to blame you. You brought something up right now that I had never thought. So I just assumed that Ophelia is dead, that she has died, that she has gone the way of the grave. But what if she's not? What if she's become an outcast of the outcast, the pariah of all outcasts? Right. And in this sense, Morticia is upset, not because Ophelia's died, but because she can no longer be near her sister. And we see so much, I don't say obsession, that's the wrong word, but so much dependence on and importance on family throughout the Addams family, right? They love each other. They are there for each other no matter what. And yet Morticia has pushed her mom away because of what happened with Ophelia, with Ophelia pushing her powers too much, and the grandmother not slowing her down, not stopping her, not saying to stop doing what she's doing. So what happens if Ophelia is out there and maybe she's the I don't want to say she's the ultimate baddie, but what if she is the string puller?
I think it's Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is in this season, and it would be a wonderful everybody
Dude.
knows she's in the season.
Crossover to American
I've been
Horror
waiting
Story
for her
now?
to show up.
Everyone's been waiting for her to show up. What
I
if
thought she'd be here before.
if it's not Lady Gaga? What if it's Angelica Houston coming as Ophelia's
Sure,
sister?
that would be wonderful. I mean, I would take
The
anybody.
age would be right.
But I think that a couple things are true from this episode. Number one, that Ophelia does exist, that she's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what happened to her, and that she's going to make an emergence. I think a couple of those things are true.
What if she's the true baddie of this? By the way,
That would be
It would make
fun. I mean,
it would make sense.
I also think that we're conditioned in our minds to look for a singular bad person, and I'm not quite sure that is something that this season is going to embrace. I think that the last season embraced the idea of a hidden Christina Ricci controlling Hyde. I wouldn't look for them to repeat that same combo. Let's put it that way.
Verity revealed that her stalker was just a person that a freshman who was invisible, right? So it's like I think there's gonna be multiple bad guys, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of new bad guys. A few. I mean, I don't know. There's only 8 episodes, so but I don't think it's not like the Hyde.
I'll tell you this much, guys. I don't think this is the last sword fight that we're going to see. I actually have a feeling we're going to see Morticia and Wednesday teaming up against someone that also it might be a sword scale, and that will be probably one of the coolest fights. And guys, give it up for Catherine Zeta-Jones. This girl is unfucking believable, dude. And not just the sword training, but when she was actually like singing and shit like that, dude. I mean, come on. She was in Chicago. She could fucking sing too as well.
Yeah, I mean, she won an Academy Award for Chicago.
Chicago.
She is, to me, I mean, Catherine Zeta-Jones is one of those few actresses that has rarely been given the parts that she deserves. I think she's chosen some bad movies, but
Traffic, she was good.
Zorro.
She gave us Phantom.
Zorro to me was her crowning achievement with Antonio Banderas. I wish they had made a third one of those.
Whoa.
I still think they should.
Wait, what's that movie with Sean Connery?
Entrapment was fantastic.
Entrapment was great.
No, I love Entrapment, but Zorro was like, she got to be athletic, she got to be a heroine, she got to sword fight. I mean, in Zorro 2, she's right there with Zorro fighting the villain. I mean, it was.
Thank you.
I like to see her because she's not some shrinking violet. She's like this powerful woman. I think she's fantastic. I think Catherine Jones is.
Did you guys like Gomez? I felt like you had a little bit more funny side of Gomez. He's trying to relate to his son.
This fool is owning it.
Yeah. They needed to bring him back. They need to bring the family in last season. And they did it this season. And hats off to all the producers, to Netflix, whoever the hell pulled the strings.
I was cracking up in that whole shower scene. I was cracking up to see.
Oh my god!
He was talking. He was talking dirty.
Oh my tigress! Ooh.
He was talking a little dirty.
But even in the opening,
when the tongue comes through.
Oh fuck! But the opening scene of this episode is cousin Thing the hand getting a massage. And getting oiled and a manicure, and he and Morticia are having this moment where they're gonna have sex, and they're just like they're dancing around, and he brings in 2 martinis, and she goes, "Oh, mi amor, the moment has left me," and he goes, "Oh, maybe later." It's just like it channeled the best of Raul Julia with this new amalgamation of, I think, probably a closer to what Gomez was originally slated to be.
I think he was more suave than.
Yeah, I think Raul Julia's looking below, and he's like, "Good show,
good show." It shows me that Gomez is not worried about. He's really not worried. He's having a fucking time of his life. He's not worried about shit. Like nothing scares him.
He doesn't worry about shit. Like he's just a lucky fucking dude or something like that, dude.
I love that. All right, so we've covered that a little bit. Let's talk about Slurp a little bit, and let's talk about the what I think is very interesting, and I want to just touch on if anybody noticed it, is that he's growing. This zombie is his brain is growing. He's becoming
more terrifying this episode.
Yes,
but he's also becoming
bigger threat.
He's becoming complete.
Well, what's interesting though is that he's reverting to this murderous side. So I want to know more about the original character. I'm sure that we will, because the story that we got with the claymation in episode 1 wasn't enough. But what I think is interesting is that instead of, just like, hey, he wants brains because he's a zombie and that's what he needs to do. It's when he grabs the hatchet and starts going after people, like he is kind of embracing a murderous side. And it's kind of interesting. Part of me was not happy about it, but part of me is really interested to see what actually what he turns into. I'm still on the ledge right there, Sean. I haven't gone over and said Slurp is a good character, or good in the sense of developmentally positive. To me, it's more of a roadblock still.
Yeah, but Brandon, at least you weren't like, okay, I can still deal with this. Like, at least you weren't like, fuck this guy. You're just like,
I'm done with this.
Okay,
it wasn't White Lotus, this guy. Yeah,
it wasn't White Lotus.
Yeah, and it shows you that, like, hey, you know what? He doesn't give a shit. He is trying to eat. He's trying to kill, right? So he kills, obviously, Anthony.
Have his kid,
right? He's trying to eat. And he is.
I mean, he cracks right through that skull.
Yeah, Pugsley isn't really controlling him, right? So he think he is, but
it's a little shock every once in a while.
I hate to say this, but I think Pugsley, the actor, is carrying a lot of the comedy of the show away with his looks and his hunger of everything.
Desperation.
Every time, like, the visual look on his face does not match what it should. Like, he should be scared, and he's sitting there going, like, he's happy. Super excited. He's super happy, and he's just a happy kid.
He's a wildflower, dude. What do you want him to be, dude?
And he's just like, he's like, all right, if I can't make friends, then I'll make friends.
He seems like he's having a good time making friends. He's got a homeboy who's like Bee's boy. I mean, and I think he's going to be a part of, like, the Shadow League Club, or where that club is. It seems like he's actually, I think he's going to be a very important part of the season, helping Wednesday out in a couple of situations, especially with these new people that have magics.
And his power is actually badass. Like, he actually could actually throw a little bit of shock in there.
It's fucking Raiden, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I know I'm jumping ahead because Fester is not in this episode, but I do like that he and Fester share that power, and I really like to see that he has a little bit more restraint than someone like Fester does, because you can see Fester has a fucking madman. Loose. He's a fucking madman, and sometimes he's like, I'm gonna kill you, the Emperor. He's like,
So I want to talk about something that we tend to talk about, but then we don't really dive into it. And I think that this show, Wednesday, and especially, I don't say especially, this episode really hit the nail on the head to me, is the music. I think that the music and what they've done, and this is nothing new. Westworld did this every episode basically, and we loved it. We took contemporary music and it honky tonked. And
I would argue this is the third episode in a row.
Perfection. This is perfection, right? Last year they did Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones, which is still one of my favorite songs ever written. And she played that on the cello. But they did it with Losing My Religion, and I have never felt so much goosebumps watching a show because of the music. And I get goosebumps all the time with the music. This one, though, there's something perfect about it. I'm talking about like absolutely perfect about it, and the way that it matched up with what was going on screen. So I just want to talk about just the music in general, and what you guys think of just how they're doing it with the with the cello and the strings and making this so perfect.
I'll go with that one first because I think that one of the things they realized from season 1 was how powerful that cello scene was. And it was beautiful and wonderful, and you got a lot of backstory. It allows you to really expand the storyline without a lot of dialogue. And honestly, they've done it now, I think, 3 times in a row, including episode 4, which I know we haven't gotten to, but we're going to get to. I believe that they're using the cello to embrace Wednesday's emotions without her having to express her emotions. And I think that is something that you ought to really look into as she's playing, because I think that for a character who doesn't really express her emotions very well or refuses to, this is a way for her to explode what's going on around her in a musical form. And I think it's beautiful, wonderful, and everything. It's great.
It connects also, Gerald, it connects to, I think, the storyline that we're going to get coming up. I don't know if it's going to be episode 4, wink, wink, or the last 4 of the season, but this idea that the music teacher wants her and her cello. I think that there's something powerful about the music that she makes, and the fact that we're relating to her
good
emotionally,
job.
right? But I think that that's kind of an open door wink to us, the audience, saying, "Hey, something's going on with the music."
I've actually thought about that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the music teacher's power is the absorption of other people's emotions through music.
Like I was literally going to say that, Brandon. You took the words out of my mouth. There's something that's a power right there that's ready to be unleashed. And I think as what Sean is talking about, Wednesday has that power. Every song that she has is like she's challenging through that particular emotion. There could be even a battle one day, which that would be so fucking badass, between her playing the cello against something else that's trying to fight her with another piece of a music or something like that. That would be the greatest like fight scene or something like that. That would be so cool.
Think of what the music teachers told her, though. The music teachers told her now twice in 3 episodes that she needs to allow music to completely basically consume her, right? That she's trying to restrain it. She's trying to guide it. And instead she needs to let the music kind of guide her. And I think that's listen, we don't bring two things up in a story not to have it come back. It's that Chekhov's gun, right, Ed?
Yeah, I hear you, dude.
So I think we'll find out in the last 4 episodes of it. Like I'm building off what you guys are all saying. It's going to be some type of performance. At the end of the school year performance, and it's going to be a battle. It's going to be some type of like. It probably at the same time I can see Wednesday doing this and like at the very end chuck something and like kill somebody in the face.
Lightning on her fucking like
something, and it's going to be like how the last season 1, how the whole the dance scene was like the big hit, right? Like that was fucking it took by storm.
Oh yeah, and that could be it.
Or that was our best reel ever. If you check our Instagram page, that Jeremiah, thanks to Jeremiah, he put that shit together. But overall, like I think there's gonna be some type of recital performance of Wednesday doing this, and it's gonna be badass. And it could be like
maybe against Lady Gaga.
It could be a mother-daughter thing, like some type of mother-daughter.
Oh shit! Band. It could be Lady Gaga.
Oh, Lady Gaga, yeah, that'd be badass.
Oh, it could be Ophelia.
They could do it to Alejandro.
Music is the secret of this. Music is the secret of this of Wednesday, of the whole series.
Yeah.
One thing we need to talk about with episode 3.
There's only one thing that we should be talking about episode 3, by the way.
The emergence of Lois and finding the obituaries. I think Lois is Tyler's mom, which I think is interesting. The fact that we don't know anything about Tyler's mom and whether she's Lois or not, I do think that that's going to play in because they made the point of that in season 1, that she was the one who was an outcast, that she was the one that kind of mysteriously something happened, right? We have Tyler, who's the high.
Does he have a sister?
I think that something is going on.
I don't think he has a sister.
I don't think so.
He just has a mother.
Just a solo.
Speaking of
I
the
think
mother,
Lois is mom.
That's a good guess.
When we get Christina Ricci coming back to the end of the episode, I'm like, there's fucking Lois. Why is she there? You know, that's who I thought, I thought, okay, this is it. We finally got our Lois here. And thank goodness. It doesn't feel right without Christina Ricci. And I was so happy.
But she needs to, what is she doing with her hair? Come on now.
She's been in a seance salon, bro. Like,
I
know,
but it made me so sad.
One of the things that I was worried about with this particular season was the introduction of all these great new actors. I was worried about who would be lost in the shuffle, who would, steal the show. And so far, we haven't really had anybody out of place. Even someone as brilliant as Christopher Lloyd. I watched a movie called Nobody last night with Bob Odenkirk.
Fucking great action movie.
Christopher Lloyd is the highlight of that movie. Christopher Lloyd is just a fucking champion. And to see him here in the bubble is a little disappointing, but at the same time, I've really come to love that character. But Michael C. Hall, another great actor on Psych. He came in, and I was worried that with his limited screen time, he wouldn't quite fit, or he would.
Are we talking about Anthony Michael Hall?
Anthony Michael Hall.
He said Michael C. Hall.
Eddie put him in.
Eddie put that in my mind, and now I can't get it out.
I was like, nope, that's not the one.
Mind flare, this guy is.
Oh, shit.
Powers there.
Anyway, I think that Anthony Michael Hall, I was worried that he would either overpower the scenes or wouldn't fit in. Nope. He fits perfectly where he should be, and his story arc is quite good. And he contributes to the normie culture, which I think is very funny. And I think that what this show does is it doesn't disappear any guest stars, but it also doesn't make any guest stars bigger than the show itself.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
It's pretty awesome to know that you have a lot of people that have worked with Tim Burton that is in this project, or you have people that used to be a part of the Addams Family values or the First Family values. It's just a treat to see all these people working in the same kitchen, cooking the same shit here, and I'm just loving every little second of it. It's so fun, dude.
And they're not worried to change it up.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm gonna throw a prediction out there and tell me if you think I'm right or not. Season 3 of Wednesday, which has already been greenlit, it needs another perfect Tim Burton callback. Stranger Things is ending its run. I say we bring Winona Ryder into season 3 as a major character. Jeremiah, how happy would you be?
Depp.
That would be, I was going to say the same thing.
You put the two of
Sean. Just you need a Johnny Depp. You need a Johnny Depp as the next principal or something like that.
Oh, absolutely. And he would do it. And you know why he would do
would.
it? Because I'm sure he's sitting at home going, Tim, where the fuck is my invite here? What's going on?
Tim, we're at 6 here. We're at 7 here. Let's make it number 8.
But Edward Scissorhands, a reunion of those two would be the most epic.
I mean, did he die at the end of that movie?
The teen throb might be Joe Carey. Joe Carey, Steve.
Oh,
jeez.
Going back to Chicago.
Well, but what I'm thinking is it's a Netflix show, right? You keep it within the family.
He has a contract.
Just like Kentucky does.
Sign him up for 5 projects. Get him in there.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you guys think of the melee at the camp and all of that kind of? I found that kind of nonsensical in the middle, but I enjoyed some of the visuals. I enjoyed the scene where I think it's the pink mist, and she's going to get Wednesday's going to get the egg or whatever it is, and it's just like that whole.
It's
to
Wednesday.
me, that whole fucking scene is like, yeah, we got it. Like we got Wednesday is once again the champion of Nevermore.
She zip lines in from God knows how far away.
Shows you she's competitive as shit.
Yeah.
Wednesday is the Otani of Nevermore, and she puts the Academy on her fucking shoulders. I mean, she's fucking awesome, dude.
I love it. Oh.
So I did enjoy. I was hoping for it to be a little bit more difficult. It seemed like the Nevermore students seemed like the Nevermore students were pretty easy to beat. They didn't even have the same amount of students compared to the other students. So if they just said, "Okay, you two over there," yeah. So the Medusa one, I was like, "Come on, guys!" Like it's Ajax, and they just needed I don't know, maybe another level of difficult of getting the egg. It seemed kind of very easy.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe because this is an hour episode. I'm wondering if it was longer in the script and shot longer and then edited down for time, because it did seem too simple. It seemed just it almost seemed out of place simple. Basically all they relied on were the bees, and that was it, which was actually nice to see his character actually have a purpose in life, because I feel like he's just there. Well, in the show's life, he's a character who I feel is definitely wasted. I'm trying to think of his name, but
what do you control? I control the bees. The fuck? You control bees?
I can make the worm spell
words.
That's
just bees. First
he
of all,
was the savior of season 1, dude.
Exactly. Overall, though,
he is.
It's like, what's your special power?
Coasting along.
Bees.
Yeah.
I think that once again, I'm very upset this is only for 8 episodes total, because I think that you could really do some damage with the storyline around him. But I do think that he controls more than bees. He says early on he controls more than bees. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens,
everyone. And that brings us to the end of review. Now it's time of the podcast where each of the hosts provides a score on the following scale. Mr. Gomez, Saxy Gomez. Showerless Gomez.
Nasty. You know,
Can you please provide our scale?
I think he said like, ooh, like I swear he said kinky. He said, ooh, the the whole scene. All right, 0, the perfect episode. You don't need shit to enjoy it. 1, a feel-good first cocktail. 2, a happy buzz. 3, an Uber lifting home. 4, rough morning walk of shame. 5, blackout, shit-faced, spring break drunk.
Ah, fuck, that's fucking stupid.
This is better.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
This is better.
Jeremy,
What am I doing?
Jeremy, can you tell me what
Yes, sir.
I rated episode 1 and 2?
1-1.
You 1-1.
Okay. I'm a consistent motherfucker.
You have a good system here.
2.
He's going 1 again, everybody.
No, I did 1-1, 2-2. I know I did that.
What?
That's what I did. I did 1-1, 2-2.
He gave the first one 1. He gave the second one 2.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, you did.
So this is a 3
okay.
then, Ed. That sucks, man. Thought we were friends.
All right, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and
Come on,
Look at that.
guys.
Look at
guys
that.
suck.
Jeremiah, that is for you, buddy. Listen,
All right,
I'm going to
let's
start
start with,
because I never start.
okay.
I'm starting.
Good.
You're going to start all the time.
You never
bro.
start with
What are you
me.
talking- What are you talking
What?
about?
No, I've been ending it all the time. Well, I'm starting.
Because you
this
talk
time.
a lot. Okay, fine.
I'm going to go quick. I if you go back and listen to the first episode that we did, I was head over the moon about that. I thought that was one of the best episodes of TV that I've seen in a very long time. Maybe it's because I'm coming off of White Lotus, and this is, not This Is Us, The Last of Us.
The last of shit.
Yeah, there was just trailer park trash on fire. This show has just refortified my excitement about TV cinema. And so I thought 1 was near perfect. I thought 2 dragged a little bit. 3 picked it up, though I thought that there were some issues as far as the pacing. I think if anything, and Sean, this is going to kind of what you said, they tried cramming so much into this episode that it felt a little stuffed. It felt a little packed. That being said, it didn't detract from my excitement for the show. I love this episode, not as much as the first one, so I'm looking forward to seeing where we go from it. But this was a 1.02. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason for the 0.02 except to just piss Jeremy off. So I am 1.02. I love this episode. I love the show, and I can't wait to see where we go with it. Eddie, from one long-winded speaker to the next, let's talk to you, Gomez.
Okay, so I haven't started yet, but I just want everyone to know Brandon was at 1 minute and 7 seconds there. I timed it.
Of course, he's in the time, you guys.
Please don't time me. Please don't time me.
No, I just wanted to let everyone to know. Because, he did really, he was short and, he was
short.
good.
I was short and brief.
Short,
quick, and
sweet.
Yeah. So this.
Stay on target.
So this was, it brought me back to, happy moments of Family Addams and Wednesday and the camp with family values of the movie. This was like the adult version of the camp that I wish I was always invited to, but I never could go to. This was a cool episode. I think what Sean was saying about Slurp, I finally starting to say Slurp is actually a bit more dangerous than I was thinking. And then also just Wednesday, she's competitive and she's badass, and she doesn't, even though she's an outcast, she still protects her own outcasts, which is kind of cool. I know who was the director of Nevermore, guys?
Steve Buscemi.
That'd be Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. And he gave it a little like, hey, thank you for participating. And she's just like, and then she moves on. But that's Wednesday. She's like, hey, I'm going to be there, but I'm not going to fucking be with pom-poms, but I'll be there. And I'll be fucking the Otani of the team. And so for that, I give this is probably the second best episode of the season for me so far. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was better than episode 2. I didn't think it dragged as much, besides the little parts like Brandon was saying. It's a 1.3 for me. This is I'm keeping it to the I'm keeping it to the 3 because this is episode 3. But it's definitely worth a 1. Nice. So I'm doing a feel good first cocktail with overflow. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Ooh, look at that! Longer than me.
You're still talking though. That counts as time. Richie
times 2, yo. This episode was all fun times for me. I mean, seriously, it's 3 for 3 for this season of episodes. It's part adventure, part darkness, part mayhem. This episode represents Wednesday on what it is in the best way. Ortega and the rest of the cast are just owning it. This is a fun show. I'm having such a good time just watching this. And you know what? I can't wait for episode 4 and see how it's going to land, to see this first part of it. So, again, it's a feel-good first cocktail for me here, guys. I mean, I'm just having a fucking blast watching this with you guys.
Time of my
It's one drink for me, guys.
It's a one?
That's it.
I like it.
Yep.
Okay,
Sean Boy.
so I think this TV show. I was actually doing a lot of thinking about this the other day. Is one of the greatest TV shows of all time, and I think this isn't on that necessarily list, but it's one of the best constructed television shows, episode over episode, that I think that has been produced. I enjoy the characters, I enjoy the craziness, I enjoy the wickedness of Wednesday. I think that finally the storyline is on point. I think that it's running on all cylinders, and there are very few shows that you can point to after the first season that go, oh, the second season is bonkers. Even Lost, which is one of my favorite shows of all time, Smallville, Scrubs, no matter what you're looking at, the second season, second season was one of the best. The second season suffers from, it's the second season always suffers from this idea that they don't quite know where they're going. This does not. I think this show really embraced exactly where it was going and grabbed it by the horns. Office was great season 2. Anyway.
I found his place.
All I'm saying is I think that this particular season, this particular show has found its feet. It's firing on all cylinders. It's going toward the right direction. And this episode in particular progressed all the storylines while still having fun. And I think that all of that combined gives this episode a 1. I think that this is one of the better episodes of the series, and I think it's on par with the first 2 episodes of this season. With that, what do we do when we combine all those 4 and divide by 4 there, Mr. Ed?
It gives us a 1.08. A 1.08. So I'm going to guess
Jeremiah, what do we got?
Number
Wednesdays.
2.
I'm going with
It's the second best episode of season 2 for Wednesdays right here. It's on point, guys. I'll tell you this much here. We started off with this season, the last 2 episodes, we had a series average of 1.173. We are now at a 1.142 for the series average of season 2 Wednesday. It's just killing it right now.
Except for Stranger Things season 4, because that was perfection.
Puts a lot of pressure on Stranger Things final season, though. Puts a lot.
I'm
of pressure
not worried. I think I can tell you right now, Stranger Things can bear the pressure you want to put on it.
Stepping up.
You want to know something? It's just because Netflix knows how to do TV shows and HBO doesn't know how to do TV shows, except for Gilded Age, but they don't know how to fucking own it.
We're not calling you out HBO.
That's Julian Fellows too.
That's true.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, what can I say? You're right. Yeah. You're right.
When I'm right, I'm right. All right.
You're right.
All right. So we have a good idea where that is. If you enjoyed our review or a fan of the podcast, we ask you please subscribe wherever you're listening. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. A lot of our viewers come from Overcast. Give us a review over there. That'd be very helpful. And we're going to do a call to action. Please tell one friend about this podcast and watch our numbers grow. We have hit a milestone for the second week this year. We are so thrilled, excited, happy, exuberant, and also very grateful to everyone who's out there listening. You can check out our Instagram at the Gentleman Podcast. That means a lot. And make sure you go over to our YouTube channel, 3.5 Gentlemen Podcast, where you can watch all of season 6 videos, including our regularly scheduled movies, which continue on through our coverage of Wednesday season 2. Jeremiah has his finger up. I'm assuming it means he has something to say.
No. I'm just saying I'm pointing 1, and that's the power of 1. The power of 1 means so much. Just giving that one person a little invitation about who we are and what we're about and what our show is, and just the power of 1, people. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
All right, with that, we will say cheers, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Wednesday, Season 2. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you then.
Peace out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Maybe we'll play some Axe Play.